Okay, so we're going to look at section 3.7, parallel and perpendicular lines. So if lines are parallel, their slope is the same. If lines are perpendicular to each other, then the slope is upside down on the opposite side. Okay, so this is the type of example we're looking at. Find the equation of the line through the point minus 2, 3, which is perpendicular to the line 2x minus y plus 5 equals 0. So when we want to find an equation of a line, which is what we want here, we need a point and a slope. So in order to get the slope, if we can get the slope of this line, the line we're looking for is perpendicular to it. So if we have the slope of this line, we turn it upside down and we change the sign. So in order to get the slope, of this, we need to write it in the form y equals mx plus c. And then we can pull out m, which is the slope. So we start with 2x minus y plus 5 equals 0. We keep the y at this side and we bring everything else over. And remember, when you bring them over, they change signs. Now we don't want a minus y, we want a plus y. So we're going to multiply across by a minus, which means everything changes sign. So this becomes a plus, this becomes a plus, and this becomes a plus. Now we have it in the form y equals mx plus c. So your m is 2. Your slope is 2. Now that's the slope of that line. We want the slope that's perpendicular to that line. So the perpendicular slope is, so 2 written as a fraction is 2 over 1. So when you flip it, it becomes a half. And perpendicular slope, we change the sign as well. Alright? So you flip the number and you change the sign. So my slope for my equation of my line is minus a half. And minus 2, 3 is on the line. So that's my x1, y1. And this is my m. Okay? So y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. So y minus 3 equals minus a half into x minus minus 2. So y minus 3 equals minus a half x. Actually, I'm going to just change this to a plus 2 first. So y minus 3 equals minus a half by x is minus a half x, and minus a half by 2 is minus 1. Okay, so then bring everything to one side, so bring the half x over, it becomes a plus, the y stays where it is, the minus 3 stays where it is, the minus 1 comes over and becomes a plus 1 equal to 0. So then a half x plus y, so minus 3 plus 1 gives you minus 2. Now we don't like fractions in our equations of our line, so to get rid of that fraction, because it's a half, we multiply everything by 2. So this becomes x, this becomes 2y, and this becomes 4. And that's the equation of my line. Okay, so that's when you're given a line perpendicular to the line you want and the point. Sometimes they'll say the lines are parallel, which will be easier, so you find the slope and the slope will just be the same for your new line. So try some of those. So exercise 3.7 on page 65, questions 1 to 6.